Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and today I'm flying the TFDI MD-11 once again. So this is like my fourth or fifth flight with it right now, and I gained a little experience with the airplane, and I want to share my expectations of what I'm thinking this is going to become over time with you guys. So let's start with a general overview of where the MD-11 is at right now. The Collector's Edition has just been released to the owners of it, and they have a minimum of 60 days of early access to it. This early access really is a beta phase though, so we are looking at a beta period of about 2 months minimum over here until the final release. Now, I've personally been beta testing flight simulation add-ons for over 10 years now, so I've seen a lot of betas of complex aircraft in the early days before they were released to the public, including very first betas that just entered the status. So based on that, I can give you my feedback of what we're seeing over here. So where do we start? Well, obviously that thing's got bugs. I think that's totally out of question, nobody is going to deny that, and it is totally normal. It is the first beta version after all. And for that first beta, it gets you from A to B. It's got a couple of things like there are lights illuminated here in flight that probably shouldn't be, but that's all normal stuff in a beta version. That is absolutely nothing I would be concerned about. So if we have a general look over the plane, we can see we've got some very good modeling done pretty much all over the cockpit, and we've got an AFB that is in progress. There's things that's not simulated yet, like the charts only have very basic viewers over here. You can't pin anything, it doesn't auto-populate, you can't import from SimBrief and so on. And there's also stuff in here that is not yet simulated, like performance or maintenance. However, there is some very good basics in there, and we can see loads of options in there, and we can basically get an idea of the amount of work that is going into this airplane. I think it's fair to say that, especially towards the end when TFDI just had to release, they had to make things quick and maybe take a shortcut or two in order to get the thing out to the paying customers on the date that they had announced, and that does show in the product. However, keeping in mind that it is a beta, I think it's fair to say that all of these things are basically expected. Seeing it from a standard beta tester's perspective, here is the positive things that I can say about the MD-11. Number one, the first version gets you to do flights from A to B. That is not the case in all flight simulator betas, and I can tell you that out of my own experience, the functionality present in the airplane right now is quite promising. Now, I flew the TFDI 717 like 5 years ago when it came out, or maybe it was even a little further ago, and at first, on its public release, it had a couple of bugs as well, but later on it became a really good airplane. So based on that, I tend to say that we are in to get a really good MD-11 in maybe a year from now or something the like. It is going to make continuous improvements. It's in a state where I'm sure that when it is eventually going to release to the public in like 2 months or so, it is going to be a well-flyable airplane, and it is going to be a very well-enjoyable airplane. We can already see they've done a very good job on the 3D modeling in the cockpit, and we can also get a sense of the level of depth that they're aiming for with their airplane by looking, for example, at the displays, which are looking really good at the moment. Now, we've got some really fat pixels on the primary flight display up here. Who would have expected that? And looking over the remainder of the displays, I do believe that is a nice show of a quality that we can expect in the final MD-11 release. Also loads of great options over here, like we've got the striped engine instruments right now, but we can change those around. If we have a look over here into tape displays disabled, save that, then we're getting the around instruments. So that's a lot of great stuff that we have in this airplane already, and I am rather confident that TFDI is going to bring this to the same state as their 717 back in the day, which was a really good and enjoyable add-on. So overall, my first impression from flying the first collector's release edition of the TFDI MD-11 is that it is obviously showing those signs of being a beta that we kind of would expect in a first beta release, so that is all expected. but it is showing a very good potential of becoming a very good airplane over the time. So those of you who were unsure of what to expect from the plane, that is my personal take on it, based on what I'm seeing and based on what I have seen on this airplane from my first couple of flights with it. It's a first impression overall. It is very hard to say where exactly it is going to develop into, but I'm pretty positive about this airplane, and the first indications we're seeing are that TFDI is on a very good track to get this one to its final release. So that's my first impressions, guys. Now, if you're a collector's editions owner, then put your impression in the comments below this video as well. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this one. Now, that's going to be me signing off for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like in the YouTube algorithms as well. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for a full tutorial for the MD-11 coming up soon. And this is going to be it for now. Thank you very much for watching. And I see you all again on the next one.